Very good morning to you all, students, friends. I have a great pleasure to stand before you as the head of the Department of Commerce of SVS Arts and Commerce College. Being a department head of commerce, I extend a hearty welcome to the students of BCom first year. You have taken admission to our college and you have taken a right decision in getting admission to our college. Ours is the oldest college in Belgaum district. I have 35 years teaching experience and I deem it pleasure that you have successfully passed the PUC second year. You made up your mind to continue higher education. At the outset, I congratulate you for having successful in the second stage, that is PUC second year. The BCom degree is a business degree which fulfills the requirement of the corporate sector. And whether you are going in for a employment or self-employment. Considering this point in mind, the syllabus is framed. Our college is affiliated to Rani Chennamma University, Belagavi, and this first time the Rani Chennamma University introduced the CBCS, choice-based credit system introduced. The new syllabus is going to start from your batch only, and in addition to that, skill enhancement courses are also added to the existing syllabus. Before going to start with the syllabus, let me give you during the PUC second year level, annual system was there, and regarding the BCom is concerned, degree is concerned, this system is a semester system. Semi means part. First part, second part, taken together 1 year. The degree, BCom degree consists of 6 semesters. All semesters are classified into 2 categories, odd semesters and even semester. Now you are in an odd semester, first semester. Odd semesters are first semester, third semester and fifth semester. Now let us see regarding the under what circumstances we are here. All of you are aware that entire world is hard hit by the coronavirus. Because of the spread of or infection of coronavirus, even elder brother of world, USA is hard hit and suffering a lot. Lakhs of people dying because of the infection of the coronavirus. India is also not exception. Now, as per the data, the next to America, number of infected patients are more in the entire world. This is a sorry state of affairs. Ours is the second highest populated country, and if this pandemic is not suppressed, the generation will be suffering like anything. We are going to lose the health and wealth of the country. With these few words, we are not in a position, and government is also not allowing, state government, central government, university, even our management also not allowing the students to come to the college, because reason being is that the coronavirus should not spread, and life is very important than that of the education. But ultimately, universities and government of Karnataka, higher education department, they thought of somehow we would like to reach the students and there should not be any gap. And another option we have chosen, that is online education, through even sometimes hybrid education. Sometimes wherever possible, students are allowed to meet the teachers in the college, and any doubts are there, that is to be made clear in the college itself. But crowd and mask wearing, distance maintaining, use of sanitizer, these are the compulsory, and whenever you are required to come to the college, you have to take the consent from your parents, and your health is our motto, our priority. With these few words, student friends, once again take care of your health and family health, your health and college health. And with these few words, I would like to draw your attention towards the vertical subjects. I am Dr. C.R. Gudsi. going to deal with the subject that is business environment. Is a theoretical subject which is a very important subject, and this subject itself is those who would like to enter into the business, they must have to understand the local business environment, state business environment, national business environment, and global business environment. Before going to see what is business environment, first of all we are required to understand what is business. The word itself explaining us business. One who is busy about is called as a business. With the dawn of the civilization, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುರುವಾತಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಅಥವಾ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸ್ವರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿತ್ ದ ಡಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ನಾವು ಯು ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಟಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, teacher teaching in the classroom, doctor treating the patients in the hospitals, and the vehicle persons carrying the passengers, and goods vehicles are carrying the goods. Banks are serving the people by what you call banking services. Insurances are also serving the people life and what you call fire accident, like that. The services are there, goods and services. In this way, the business means all human activities concerned with earning of money. All economic activities aimed at earning the income is called as a business. In economic sense, the creation of utility may also amounts to business. Creation of utility. Business means any economic activity carried on by human being with the aim of earning profit. So, with these few words of introduction, let us go for some definitions who have given the experts what they pursue about the term business. Now let us see number one definition given by the Lewis Haney. He who said about the term business. Business may be defined as human activity directed towards producing or acquiring wealth through buying and selling of goods. He says buying and selling of goods, that is what you call business. One more expert person who said, that is James Stephenson, who said about the business. Business is a system created to society. Business is a system created to satisfy society needs and desires. Society is having certain needs. Society is having certain desires. These are to fulfilled through the establishment of the business. One more person who has given a comprehensive definition, that is F.C. Hooper. That definition contains everything. What it includes? In his words, business means the whole complex field of commerce, industry, the basic industries, processing, manufacturing industries, the network of ancillary services, distribution, banking, insurance, transport, so on, which serve the world of business as a whole. To conclude, business means any trade, commerce or manufacture, or any adventure in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture. With these few words, now let us go for the next, that is what we call characteristics or features of business. Number one characteristics is creation of utility. Business, what we call, it produces goods that becomes useful to the society. Say for example, soap is manufactured. Soap is made up of a chemical. Soap, bath soap and washing soap, like that. This is what we call, a chemical is made up of a cake and it becomes useful to them. A sugar cane is there. Sugar cane is converted into sugar and that is useful for preparation of even what we call sweets, even medicines and any sugar based cakes, etc. That is what we call utility. And second one is enterprise. The business is a what we call unit of a society. Through this becomes what we call a part of a society, and this is an organization which is going to serve the surrounding. Third is profit through exchange. Third character, without profit, no business. Profit is the main motto of business in every corner of the world. If profit motto is there, not there, that we may not call it as a business. And fourth is risk and future success. And every business is having a risk of loss and future success. And if there is a what you call profit, and definitely there will be future success. And regular exchange or sale. Regular exchange and sale means exchange of goods and services. If no exchange, no business, no profit, like that. Certainty of profit, uncertainty of, not certainty of profit, uncertainty of profit. We expect profit in the business, but unfortunately or fortunately, business, therefore we call it as a challenge, adventure. We expect profit, sometimes may not be profit, sometimes no profit, sometimes normal profit, sometimes what you call super profit, more than normal profit, like that. And satisfaction of customers. Here, the main what you call objective of any business is to earning a profit. Earning a profit is possible if customers are satisfied. Therefore, in the modern business, the main intention of business is to earn profit at the same time by satisfying the customers at large. Now let us go for the objectives of business. Main objective of business, as I made it clear, that earning a profit. Without profit, no business. But for the academic point of view, objectives of business are classified into three groups. Number one group is economic objectives. Number second group is social objectives. Number third group is human objectives. Now let us understand what you call economic objectives. Economic means that is what you call earning. Into that, number one is called earning of adequate profit. Adequate profit. What do you mean by adequate profit? Means the cost of doing the business is to be covered, and whatever investment is made, for that return is to be taken, and risk is involved. For risk also something is to be charged, and ultimately some margin is fixed, that is what you call profit. So this is what you call earning of adequate profit. Secondly, creation of wealth. Wealth means what you call assets, fixed assets, tangible assets. Say for example, land is there, building is there, machinery is there, gold is there, ornaments are there. These are called as, even plots are there, sites are there, shares are there, debentures are there. These, if the value of the assets increases, that is what you call creation of wealth. Creation of wealth. Suppose agriculture land is converted into non-agriculture, that becomes what you call creation of wealth. And the what you call cement is there, steel is there. With the help of cement and steel, building is constructed, that is what you call creation of wealth, like that. And finally, creation of customers. Creation of customer is one of the economic objectives of business. Number one, that is what you call identification of customers. Search of customers. Who are the customers? What are their expectations? What they are demanding? What to produce? What not to produce? How to serve? How much to charge? How to serve the customer after sales? These are to be taken into consideration regarding the creation of the customers. We have to make aware of the customers that what are the requirement to them. That also through advertisement we are making aware that use potable water. Use potable water. We are selling the mineral water. They are not aware about the what you call potable water. But we are making them to health is top priority, because of the many diseases are because of water, polluted water. Therefore, drink potable water and save your health, like that. Business people are making aware of the what you call requirement of the customers and human beings, and ultimately people find and made up their mind to buy the goods, even though previously they were not aware that to make use of the such products like for example water, potable water. And next one is social objectives. Business is established in the society. It is required to fulfill the requirement of the society. Social responsibility of business is also there. Recently, Companies Act 2013, Amendment Act 2013, out of the profit earned, some profit must be kept for development of the society. Because businesses are earning profit from the society, some profit is to be spent on the welfare of the society. That is what corporate social responsibility. Social responsibility. And now let us see what are the social objectives of business. Number one, production of quality goods and services. Quality means goodness. Goodness, usable of good or service. That is also quality. If it satisfies the customer need, then that is, we call it as a good product or good service. Second is charging of reasonable price. Price must be such that no high price, no low price. Some reasonable, justifiable extra amount is to be collected from the what you call customers or from the society. That is what a reasonable price. And next is payment of tax. Governments are permitted to do business. They allowed us to conduct business. Governments are providing what you call facilities, infrastructure facilities like banks, infrastructure facility like roads, bridges, and telecommunications, IT, internet, like that. Governments are providing. And if we are not paying tax to the government, we are going away from the social responsibility. Therefore, the social responsibility of business is to make regularly payment to the local authorities, state government, and wherever necessary to the central government. So what you call payment of tax is the social objectives. Third category of what you call objective of business is human objectives. What are the human objectives? Number one, that is regular payment of wages. And why people work? Because they want to find a way of life. How they find a way of life? Serving, and for their return they are getting wages or salaries. And that salary is to be paid regularly to the employees. That is what we call human objectives. Then next one is human objectives, work environment. Work environment here, the environment must be a good environment, congenial, healthy environment. Then only workers work efficiently. Otherwise, they may not work. Light, water, and air is very much important. And workers' participation in management is also human objectives. Finally, whatever business earns a profit, that is to be distributed in the form of a bonus to the employees. That is also human objectives. Well, friends, with these few words, let us stop the discussion today. Tomorrow we will go to the conclusion and other aspects of the business environment. Thank you very much for patient sharing.